An unbelievable weekend coming up in Hershey, Pennsylvania with WWE Raw and Unforgiven. And this week, you have the opportunity to talk to the gentleman on my left, the World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H. Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of Byte This. I'm Howard Finkel. I've been thrown into the mix, out of the woodwork, substituting for Dr. Tom Pritchard. Josh Matthews, who's normally here, he's somewhere. Dr. Tom's on assignment in Mexico with the Divas shoot. And Triple H, it's always a pleasure to see truly the game.
Bottom line is they had nobody else could do this gig, so they came and drug you out of the closet.
So I came out of the closet. Is that what you're insinuating?
How have you been out of the closet for years?
Oh, Jesus. All right, well, the game. The World Heavyweight Champion is with us today, Triple H, and he's going to be with us for the duration of the show. Let me just give you a brief rundown of what's going to be happening today. Triple H is here. We're going to talk about Unforgiven and what should be a mega matchup this Sunday against Goldberg for the World Heavyweight Championship. We're also going to be joined, as the show progresses, by a fellow Evolution member, Randy Orton, one of the young bucks, one of the upstarts, one of the brightest futures in our business. He will be here today via telephone. Also, the regulars will be around. Draws, and he'll offer his 2 cents worth, and I know he's got something to remind you about today, Triple H.
John's always got something to remind me about every time I see him.
There's no doubt about it. And also, from the SmackDown group, we're going to hear Tales from the Hook with Taz. And Taz certainly is going to be, I would imagine, trumpeting what's going to be a marquee matchup tonight on SmackDown. I know you're aware of it. It's the Iron Man match for the WWE Championship between the champion, Kurt Angle, and Brock Lesnar.
Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, Iron Man match. I'm very interested in that. You know, having been in an Iron Man match before, I know how tough it is. I know how brutal it can be. And I know both guys. I've been in the ring with both guys that are in it. They're both tremendous talents, and it's going to be a hell of a match.
It should be very interesting. Speaking of Kurt Angle, certainly there's a lot on his mind, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But you're very nattily attired, and I know the World Heavyweight Champion always represents himself in sartorial splendor.
It's a custom-made suit, Howard. Custom-made suit. This suit probably cost more than you made last month.
Gross or net?
Oh, no, gross.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will say one of the reasons today you're very nattily attired. I know you represented Raw today in Madison Square Garden in New York. It was a very interesting occasion. Our own Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, was inducted into the Madison Square Garden Walk of Fame. And that is a very prestigious honor, and it's very deserving of our chairman because of all the great, great, great events, magical moments, and fine sports entertainment that he has brought into the world's most famous arena. And certainly, Triple H, I know you were there today. I know it was a very touching moment for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. You know, it was an honor to be sitting there and watch Vince McMahon in the you know, the house that he helped build, that his father built, that his grandfather built. To be able to sit there and to watch him get inducted into that Walk of Fame with some other greats from the sporting world, and to be the first of any type of wrestling personality to be involved in that was a tremendous honor. But you know, it was just a great thrill to see Vince be put on a pedestal where he should be, because, you know, like you know, Howard, Vince McMahon is such a visionary. Vince McMahon, you know, has created this industry, has made this industry what it is today, and has done so many things. But pretty much, basically, created the pay-per-view industry. I mean, you know, all those things he's done, and to see somebody give him props for that, pat him on the back for that, and tell him how great he is, it was nice to see. It was a great moment, and Steph and Shane were there, bringing him into the hall, and it was just it was quite a moment.
Certainly,
not a dry eye in the house.
I wouldn't doubt it at all. And is that not poetic justice to a point? Because here today, Mr. McMahon gets inducted into the Walk of Fame, the building, the magic moment, and it's just going to continue as we springboard towards March 14th of 2004, WrestleMania 20.
Well, that's the thing. WrestleMania 1 from Madison Square Garden, WrestleMania 10 from Madison Square Garden, WrestleMania 20 from Madison Square Garden. And I don't think there was ever a question of what arena to have, you know, the biggest WrestleMania of all time in WrestleMania 20. I think it was never a choice but to go to the, you know, the Mecca, to go to the building, to go to Madison Square Garden.
Well, we are less than 6 months away from WrestleMania, and the reason I mention that is I'm sure your vision and your firm belief is when March 14th, 2004 comes around, notwithstanding any diversions in the road, you fully intend to be the World Heavyweight Champion representing your Raw company in Madison Square Garden. But this coming Sunday, Triple H, Goldberg is an immense roadblock. We know full well that if Goldberg is defeated by you, that's it. Bye-bye, so long, farewell from wrestling.
Yeah.
And if I know you like I do know you, you're going to literally, and I'll say this, pull out all the stops to ensure that that happens.
Oh yeah, I'm walking in this ring more prepared than I've ever been for anything in my life. I look at this match against Goldberg as something that's been a long time coming. Since Goldberg was a supposed champion in WCW, since he was cleverly marketed and mass-produced and put out in front of people to be a wrestler's wrestler, and given a couple hundred guys to mow down so that he looked great, and basically was allowed to run his mouth and talk trash and think that he was the greatest thing in the world. I'm here to show the world that he wasn't. The thing is, if Goldberg had been here 5 years ago, I'd have loved to drop him then. I'd have loved to take him out of the business then. We had to wait a little while, but here it is, the dream match, me and Goldberg, and I'm going to show him what this business is really all about.
I think you have the advantage in the wrestling acumen and perhaps a little bit of the psychology acumen. And I know one of the things that took place this last Monday on Raw, Triple H, was the key word hype, the hype. It seemed that we saw a Goldberg highlight in different forms of his career. Sure. And this is exactly what I'd like to ask you. Is hype everything in your estimation? Do you have to bring it to the ring, or can he back up the hype with possibly a victory this Sunday?
Whether Goldberg can back up the hype or not, the bottom line is that is what he is a lot of hype. It's been a long time coming. Goldberg has been just basically what I feel is a carefully manipulated product. He's been something that's been put before people. He's like the shiny car with the great rims on it, the nice tires, the great paint job. Looks like you could go 100 miles an hour, but when you pop the trunk, when you pop up the hood, there's nothing there. There's nothing behind the engine. Which is very apropos since his car usually doesn't start on TV. But that's what I feel is Goldberg is an image, and this business is not just about images. Yes, we showed a lot of footage Monday night about Goldberg beating a lot of people. Bottom line, I beat all those people too, Goldberg. Beyond that, we showed a lot of clips of Goldberg beating a lot of people. If they showed all the clips of the people I beat Goldberg, we didn't need longer than a 2-hour show.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Another question I'd like to ask you. Certainly all your title defensives, some have been easy, a lot have been hard. The match against Goldberg, personally, I think there could be an overriding factor in this match, and I'm not talking about evolution. I'm talking about the third man in the ring, and that's not the referee. But fan support in any sport, no matter where you go, if an individual is getting the proper fan support, a lot of times Triple H, that works to his advantage and pushes him forward. How do you combat that, and what are your thoughts on that?
It can push him forward, but it can't push him over the line, Howard. Bottom line is, Bill Goldberg has to beat the best in this business. If he wants to become the world heavyweight champion, if he wants to be the man, Bill Goldberg has to pin me or make me say I quit. I say he can't do either one. Bill Goldberg has to be the one to take it to me. I don't have to take it to Goldberg. The fans can't push Goldberg over the line. He has to be the one to do it. And I'm saying right here, Goldberg, I'm looking at you, you look at me. I'm saying you can't get the job done. You never could get the job done. You've talked a good game, but the game ends now. You've walked through a million guys, whatever. Great. Now you're hitting the measuring stick, Jack. And when you come on Sunday, you better bring everything you've ever had since day one in your career, because I'm going to kick your ass like it's never been kicked before, and I'm walking out with the world title.
Triple H joins us this week here on Byte This, live in the studio. We welcome your phone calls. We welcome your emails. We have a lot in store. And, of course, Triple H, just shifting gears for a moment. Certainly, you've never really been a member of a group per se, unless it was a good reason. You've always seemed to walk by yourself. You've always walked alone in this industry, and it's really given you a measure of success beyond belief in my view. However, earlier this year, some seeds were planted. A hybrid of past, present, and future was formed,
Yes.
namely Evolution.
Yes.
I want to get your thoughts on Evolution, but before I do, I want to bring one of our guests this week onto the program. This is, well, if you look at the past, and I don't mean it in that sense, Ric Flair, truly a legend. The present, the World Heavyweight Champion. And the future joins us right now, part of Evolution, third generation, wrestler, Randy Orton. Randy, it's Howard Finkel, along with the World Heavyweight Champion. Welcome to Byte This. Randy? Are you there?
Randy? Push the chick off the bed and answer the damn phone, kid.
I think Randy probably has, I don't know where
she
Randy...
must be good because he won't even talk on the phone.
I guess not. But nevertheless, Randy is here. We're having a few technical difficulties. He might be having some technical difficulties.
I think Randy's still partying from the other night, maybe, or something like that.
Well, while we're waiting for Randy, give us your... Go ahead.
Orton, drop the phone, stop taking little videos with it, push the chick over, and just try to get some business done for a minute, would you, kid?
I think he's in the process of doing that. But while we wait for Randy to do exactly what you say, your thoughts. You've never really been a member of a group or a team per se.
Except for DX,
Generation X, which was tremendous.
It's the biggest group in the business.
There's no doubt about it. But you also have always, in my opinion, always excelled individually. It's got you tremendous accomplishments. Evolution came about. You went for it. Why?
I think that there are times in the business when, groups are something that's great. When DX came around, it was the perfect time to do it. We were, depending on the variation of the group, it was either a couple of guys to 4 guys, with 5 members that were all on the same page business-wise. We all had the same goals in mind. We all wanted to do the same things, and that was be the best. Evolution, same thing. Ric Flair and I, mutual respect for each other. Excuse me. Sure. Fans of each other. Decided that it was time to ensure that the next level in this business came about. And we looked around and we saw a guy like Randy Orton that was sitting there that was just had all the tools and was just a piece of coal waiting to be pushed into that diamond. And that's what we think we've done here is with Randy is he is the next diamond. This is a diamond today. Randy's the next one.
Well, speaking of diamonds in the rough, I think we finally roused the man out of what he was doing. Randy Orton, have you joined us?
What's going on, guys? Hey, Hunter,
the girl...
apparently Goldberg does not only make microphones, but cell phones as well, because mine wasn't working there for a second. So we need to...
Goldberg Electronics
Store. We need to have a talk.
It's a Goldberg Electronics Store. Nothing can work, just like him.
Randy, welcome to Byte This, and thanks for taking some of your time today to join us, of course, with the World Heavyweight Champion. We're just talking about evolution. Certainly, you being a third-generation wrestler and you keeping the Orton tradition, shall we say, very much intact. Since you've been back in the WWE after a few injuries here and there, your momentum has seemed to have excelled. What are your thoughts about being involved with 2 of the greatest players in our industry, Ric Flair and Triple H?
Well, my thoughts, Howard, are that, I'm sitting pretty, man. I'm in a very good spot, and I'm very lucky. I'm very good company, you could say. If it wasn't for Hunter and Rick, being by my side and tutoring me, so to speak, I wouldn't be, like you said, having the momentum right now that I do. So I owe them both, a great deal for what they've given me as far as knowledge and everything.
Well, the thing is with Randy is you have to be able to know what to do with knowledge that is given to you, and you have to be able to take the advice and manipulate it. Somebody can help you, but you have to be able to do it. And Randy Orton, Rick and I didn't just come along and decide to create evolution without thought. This one, legitimately, there was a lot of thought put in this for a lot of months. Rick and I, before it was ever seen on television, there was a lot of talk, a lot of time went into it. And Randy Orton was the guy. When we saw Randy, this is the guy. You know what I mean? This is the guy right here. He's the next guy. He's got, he stands out head and shoulders above everybody else, and he's the guy that's going to get it. And that, that's exactly what evolution is. It's the 3 greatest players in the business that I feel today, past, present, and future.
Not to butter bread, but again, rubbing up to Triple H and Ric Flair, being a part of evolution, and also having the savvy and the guidance of your dad, Cowboy Bob Orton, himself a former WWF superstar, and Bob Orton Sr. as well. Randy,
right.
It seems that everything's coming your way, and it's to the point where you could just say, I've got it all, I'm just going to go. But you're determined. You're determined not only to be successful, but you really want to be the best of what you can be, and I see that for sure. But this coming Sunday at Unforgiven, there is a match that I'd like to discuss with you at this time. It's the legend against the Legend Killer. And first of all, I want to ask you, why in God's name did you do what you did to the Fabulous Moolah this past Monday night? That was absolutely deplorable.
Well, Howard, you got to look at it like this. Sean's backstage. I didn't have a match for Monday, booked, and I needed to get his attention somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I needed to make a point. Now, him being a legend and the Fabulous Moolah being a legend, they're in the same boat as far as, that's concerned. So I just got his attention, Howard. Simple as that. I want him to know that I mean business.
You wanted
to... An 80-year-old lady on her face pretty much makes that point.
I look at it like this. There are opportunities that present themselves in business every day, and a smart businessman takes advantage of those opportunities. If you step inside that ring, you are nothing but an opportunity for evolution. You are nothing but an opportunity for a legend killer. If you're a legend and you step through those ropes, you're fair game for Randy Orton. If you think you got it all going on and you step through those ropes, you're fair game for evolution. That's just the way it works. We're smart businessmen. We will take an opportunity where the opportunities come. And, the Fabulous Moolah found out this is still a rough business. Monday night she found out, you want to be a legend? Be a legend on the outside. You want to be a legend that steps in the ring? You better watch out for legend killers.
Hey, and Howard, I didn't only, give her the RKO. I did wish her a happy birthday before.
All right.
So.
Yeah, he wasn't like he was unpleasant about it.
Yeah, I was.
It was basically
totally
greetings and
respectful.
salutations, Orton style, evolution style.
Yeah.
The man has respect. His father's a legend. His grandfather was a legend. He has respect for the business. He has respect for what Moolah has done.
Do you
And
have
he was
respect
very
for
nice.
Shawn Michaels, Randy?
I have the utmost respect for Shawn Michaels, but I think it's time for him to step down. And it just so happens that I'm going to be the one that's stepping up. And like I said Monday, they'll just be helping me while I'm taking that step, my stepping stone. And it sucks it had to be him. I looked up to him, a couple of years ago. I was really into Shawn Michaels, watched all his matches, and I still got a lot of tapes. And you can bet your ass that I'm watching those tapes as we speak,
What
day
advice?
in, day out, I'm studying his stuff, and I will be ready Sunday.
Even though Triple H has a matchup against Goldberg this Sunday at Unforgiven, can you let me know and let our viewing audience know what advice, if any, has Triple H given you towards Shawn Michaels? Because he and Shawn Michaels traveled up and down the road together, certainly have had some battles that have been classics. Can I ask a little bit of a game plan here?
Howard, I've been with Hunter for a matter of months now, 5 or 6 months strong, and I've learned a lot from Triple H. And when it comes to Shawn Michaels, him and Hunter were very close. But I'm not going to talk about, on the air here, exactly what my game plan is. That wouldn't be the smartest way to go about it. People are listening, Howard.
Yeah, which is why Howard asked
Hunter said, we're smart businessmen. We take opportunities when they're given, when they're there, when we see them. And right now, this would be a perfect opportunity for Shawn Michaels to tune in and hear what Randy Orton has to say about his game plan for Sunday at Unforgiven. Howard, are you in cahoots with Shawn? Is he in your back pocket, buddy? What's
By
going
no
on?
means. By no means. I watch every match that I can possibly watch very, very much impartially because from my perspective, when I watch matches, I look for great contests, and whoever wins, well, the way I feel, congratulations. Let's see if you can do it again. It's your chance to move on, Randy. This is Sunday.
He doesn't have him in his back pocket, but he was actually just stating to me earlier that he kind of wished he had him in the back door. I don't know what that means.
Okay. I won't, Hunter, I refuse to comment on that. I think I'll take the fifth or drink a fifth after that comment.
Yeah.
But by the same token, another question. Evolution has been your golden opportunity, Randy, to make strides and to get on board a medium of evolution that is very well. Even though you're in the WWE now for a little bit and you are in a very, very good position from a standpoint of where you are with Triple H and Ric Flair, do you ever get any feelings that, my gosh, I'm Randy Orton, Triple H is Triple H, Ric Flair is Ric Flair, and these guys have accomplished more than I have, and I'm getting itchy to see if I can do better than them?
Howard, what I think you're talking about here is goals and possible goals that I've set for myself. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Well, right now, the long-term goal that I have is longevity in this business. You know, I've only been doing this for 3.5 years, and, you know, everyone knows about the injuries I've sustained. Although flukes, you know, I still sustain them. And right now, my long-term goal in this business is to be in it as long as I can, to stay healthy as long as I can. You know, as long as I'm in the ring, I'm going to be happy, Howard, you know. And it's just going to be my nature to, you know, never plateau, to always be on the rise, always be getting better. So I think the future's inevitable. I just think that longevity right now is what I'm most concerned with, what my, you know, main long-term goal is.
Randy Orton is a smart guy, Howard. You know, and
thanks, Trips.
Yeah, you know, you're smart. You're a book reader. I've seen you reading them. But you know, he's a smart guy, and he has goals in his career, but goals are reached one step at a time.
Okay.
They're not reached by making stupid decisions, and, you know, like other people have in the past, where they think, well, you know, I'll just jump on Triple H, or I'll just jump on Ric Flair and see where I stand, because that's like, you know, that's a risky proposition, because you either succeed or you fail, and when you fail hard.
Well, I'm not one Triple H. Excuse me. Go right ahead.
Oh, and you know, just if you're going to ask stupid questions, expect to have the whole answer.
Well, I'm not one to stir any drinks around here, but by the same token, Randy Orton.
Because your stir is too small.
All right. Well.
Yeah,
My question is this, Triple H. I'll direct this to you. Should you be successful this coming Sunday at Unforgiven against Goldberg, okay, whatever may come your way, beyond that, we have no idea. There's many people out there that are looking and would love to have an opportunity to wrestle you and possibly become the World Heavyweight Champion. Let me just play the devil's advocate. Here's Randy Orton. One of the things about our industry that is very interesting is sometimes people who come into our company and get out of the starting gate like a lightning bolt can attain success quickly. There's been people that have done that. What if Randy Orton came up to you and say, Trips, I want you. I'm ready. I feel I can challenge you for the World Heavyweight Championship. What would your answer be?
Well, first up, I don't think Randy would be the kind of guy that would ever walk up to me and say he wants me. You might, but I don't see Randy saying that. I've seen you say I want you to a lot of guys, usually unsuccessfully. But, you know, yeah, I'm sure, you know, hey, Randy
You
Orton,
don't bite the hand that feeds you.
well,
You just don't do that. I have too much respect for the man to even question, to even think about that. Right now, I have so much to learn; it's unfathomable, and I'm going to learn as much as I can, as quick as I can, granted. But right now, you know, I, like he said, one step at a time.
I look at it like this: if I was Randy Orton, I would want to stand next to two guys until I learned everything they had to learn, and once I'd learned it all, then I'd make my move. But until then, I'd sit back and I'd learn. And I think that's what Randy's smart enough to do. And when the day comes when Randy decides to try the game, we'll deal with that then. But I don't think it's going to come for a while.
Randy, what does your father think of you being involved with the game and Ric Flair and Evolution?
He, you know, about my father, it's great to have him at home when I come home. You know, he critiques my matches. I talk to him on the phone, you know, after the shows on the road. And as far as what he thinks about, you know, my position right now in the company with Ric Flair and Triple H is, you know, he knows that I appreciate it, and he really beats it into me that I need to let everyone know I appreciate it, because I'm sitting pretty, man, and he knows how this business is, and for me to be in the position I'm in is I must have done something right along the way. So there's praise there, but at the same time, you know, you got an old timer, you know, letting you know, not everything's, you know.
You don't know everything, kid.
Just kind of keep your mouth shut and your ears open, kind of thing. But lots of good advice from my father.
We all just had dinner the other night, Randy and his dad and me and Rick, and you know, we had a great time. And his dad is, you know, I think that if you were to poll a lot of guys in the locker room, the guys that know the difference, a lot of guys would tell you that Randy's dad was one of the greatest workers in the business of all time.
Agreed.
And I think that there's, you know, much respect from our side to Randy's dad, and you know, I think it's a great mix of everybody. You know, Randy's got the world right now You know, what better position could you be in? You know, exclude me from the thing. If you could just stand next to Ric Flair every day and learn from him, and then come home and learn from Cowboy Bob Orton, how could you be in a better position?
For sure.
Exactly.
No question. Randy, I want to wish you the best of luck this Sunday at Unforgiven as you step into the ring, the Legend Killer, facing the legend Shawn Michaels, and I'm sure that you will do your very best to hold the Evolution flag up high.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you.
Go back to tapping that chick or whatever you were doing before we called you.
Well, actually, I was just getting ready. I got a hot date tonight with the Rams cheerleader, actually. So I do need to let you guys go, if you don't mind.
Very fitting that she's a cheerleader for the Rams.
It's very fitting indeed.
Yeah.
Randy, we'll see you Sunday at Unforgiven, huh?
Later, gents.
Thank you.
See you,
Bye-bye.
kid.
All right. Randy Orton joins us. Evolution indeed. We welcome your phone calls. We welcome your emails. Triple H, we have a couple of emails that were submitted prior to the show. And as long as you're amenable to answering these, I'd like to fire some of these questions away.
Fire away, Howard.
All righty. There was a story circulating recently that you canceled some meetings to meet a few children in New York at some area hospitals. I want to know if that's true, and can you tell us about that day, and why did you make it a point to do these kinds of things? That was a submitted question.
The question's a bit confusing. Why do I make it a point to do these kind of things? But first up, let me hit the point. The story is screwed up. I did not cancel appointments to meet with sick children in New York. I actually went to meet one sick child in New York, and it ended up being an all-day thing as I went to different hospitals and met other sick kids that I heard about from the first hospital, and I did multiple children all that day. Not bragging about it. I think that it's an important thing to do. Question was asked. You know, everybody in this company, the WWE, goes out of their way with Make-A-Wish, with you know, sick kids all over the place. And anytime you can put a smile on the face of a sick child that looks up to you or any other wrestlers, and you know, thinks that you're it, and if you can put a smile on that kid's face for 5 minutes and make them forget their problems, that's actually worth more than all the money, than all the fame, and all the everything else that goes with our business. That's what it's all about.
I appreciate that. We do have a phone call right now, Triple H. Scoop, what's that number to call again? 1-888-LIVE-WWE. 1-888-LIVE-WWE. Our first phone call.
Clarify that, Howard. That's WWE, not W.
Oh, WWE.
Yeah.
That's how they professionally say
Yes.
it. 1-888-LIVE-WWE. Our first call on this week's edition of Byte This goes to Linda from New Jersey. Linda, welcome to Byte This. Here's your opportunity to speak with the game. Linda?
She's on a Goldberg cell phone, too.
Is this Randy's?
I think, yes. Linda, are you a Rams cheerleader?
Must be a Rams cheerleader. Well, it seems, well, you know, there's
Our
a
crew here, once again, figuring out how to use all the equipment first day on the job. Yes.
Well, our producer, the great Phil Scoop Spear, told me there's a hurricane on the East Coast today. He's going to use that as a lame-ass excuse not to have phone service today.
Phil, just push one of the buttons, for God's sakes. Get something rolling.
Unbelievable.
Look at them, it's like two monkeys trying to figure out how to open up a can.
Triple H, let's just shift gears for a second. I want to get your thoughts about SmackDown. Now, of course, you know, before Raw and SmackDown became just that, two separate entities within the framework of the WWE, certainly everybody was under one umbrella. But to move some of the superstars into two distinct and unique groups, I think has been very, very challenging, rewarding, and gratifying to a lot of people. From a standpoint of being the World Heavyweight Champion at Raw, I'm sure as you are a tremendous student of the game, I'm sure you watch SmackDown every week.
Yes.
What is your take on the SmackDown group? Do you see anybody in that group beyond who you've wrestled before that you would like to possibly take on?
Oh God, there's a lot of guys that, you know. Again, the great thing about splitting into two brands is it's kind of like having we're our own competition in a way. They work for the same company, but it truly is, from a backstage standpoint, two different companies. We don't see those guys, you know, now. As you know, Howard, we do not see the SmackDown guys, you know, except for occasional pay-per-view here or there when we're on a mixed pay-per-view. And even then, you know, we were just at SummerSlam, and, you know, all the SmackDown guys were on one side of the cafeteria.
Is that not the truth?
And the Raw guys were on the other side in their own little groups, and it was almost like, you know, lost friendships in a way. But, you know, there's a lot of guys on SmackDown with a lot of talent that I would love to wrestle, you know, the obvious being, you know, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, obviously, guys I love to work with. Undertaker, who we've, you know, had brief things in the past, but never really fully explored that. You know, you got guys like John Cena coming up. You know, always you have Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, two of the best. You know, you get your guys with, you have a lot of variety. You got a Rey Mysterio, who I would love to get my hands on. I've salivated the opportunity of a Rey Mysterio. You got a lot of guys over there, Big Show and A-Train, and there's just a lot of talent over there, a lot of up-and-coming guys. And, you know, again, when you sit on one side of the fence and you look on the other side of the fence, it's easy to see things a little clearer sometimes. And there's just a ton of talent over there.
Would you entertain the possibility of you being the World Heavyweight Champion? Let's say an offer came in front of you, and if all the conditions were good, would you love to have a dream matchup with the WWE Champion?
Oh, definitely. If you know, I think if the time came down to it when they could have a Super Bowl match, I think it would be huge. I think that you know, whoever it would be, whether it be Kurt Angle or Brock Lesnar or The Undertaker or whoever would be their champion, if I was champion at the time, I would love to make that match happen. Obviously, it would need to be at the right event, the right venue, the right everything. But I think we could get it done, and I think fans would enjoy it. And you know, I think it would be a one-time deal, but I think it would be huge.
I think it would be too, and that's the beauty of Raw versus SmackDown, the two separate groups, because in football you have a Super Bowl, in baseball you have a World Series, and we have WrestleMania, and there's nothing like WrestleMania. It's still the grandest event of all, coming to New York City on March 14th.
Well, I was just, you know, today at the induction ceremony for Vince at the Walk of Fame at Madison Square Garden, and you know, the guy that runs the garden now is sitting there telling a story about how, you know, he's not a huge wrestling fan, but the one time that he went by the garden and he couldn't believe all the fans outside and all the stuff was going on, so he stopped in to see what the deal was. When he walked in, it was one of our shows, and he said he had never felt electricity like that in the building before, and you know, that's what our events are all about.
It's totally off the charts, and coming next March in New York City, I believe tickets are going on sale a week from Saturday on the 27th, and you can go to WWE.com for some more information on that. Trips, we have a couple of more questions, and here's an email from McMahon2K, and I'll segue this into a question that I have here.
Markman.
I can't see it.
It looks
like
read.
No, my eyes are going on me. I'm sorry. I don't need carrots and Bob Backlund. I can't get the carrot juice anymore. From Markman, Triple H, is it right that you? Well, he wrote it wrong. Is it right that you make a movie next time? I think what he's trying to say is this. We had a question, tied this in with an email. Laura from Columbus, Ohio sent an email to Triple H, and it said, I'd recently heard you accepted a minor role in the next Blade film and that you'll be working on a WWE Films project in the near future. Do you feel that this sidetracks in Hollywood, I can't even read this, I'm sorry. Do you feel that these little sidetracks to Hollywood will interfere with your focus as a wrestler?
Does anybody have a magnifying glass for Howard?
I'm going to put my cheaters on here. I might as well. I'm going to put my cheaters on.
But you guys can't even figure out how to run your own equipment. How are you guys going to know? Yes, I am. I'm going to do a role in Blade 3. You know, and I also have gotten an offer through a man named John Milius who wrote Apocalypse Now and did Conan to do something down the line with him. Hollywood to me is kind of a give and take situation in a way. I do see the opportunity to expand our business in that way. You know, anytime you hear a guy say movie, you hear the word sellout. You know, he sold out, he went to Hollywood, or he this or he that. What my goal in doing that would not be to sell out. I love the wrestling business, and I would never want to leave it. My goal more so would be to take wrestling to a higher level. It wouldn't be for the WWE to make me a movie star. It would be for me to make, you know, or for the WWE to put me in Hollywood. It would be for me to bring Hollywood to the WWE. Would be my goal more so. You know, again, opportunities come up, you kind of just try to make decisions as they come up. Is it going to take me away from wrestling? No. I don't see myself leaving this business you know, and I don't necessarily mean as a performer. Obviously, everybody has to leave the business sooner or later as a performer, but I just mean as a being around the business in general. You know, it's in my blood and it's part of me. And you know, if you cut me, I'll bleed WWE.
Oh,
you know
there's
what I mean?
no doubt.
And I just could never see walking away from this business to, you know, go sit in a trailer for 16 hours a day. This is what I do. If you ask me, I'm not a movie star. I don't think I ever would be. If you ask me that, no matter what I'm doing, I'll probably tell you I'm a professional wrestler.
And a damn good one. Joining us now, all the way from The Hook. I'm really looking forward to bringing this individual. I haven't talked to him in a while, and he certainly has a lot to talk about concerning tonight's SmackDown telecast, and I'm sure he'd like to have a little chit-chat with you. From The Hook in Brooklyn, it's Taz. Taz, welcome to Byte This.
What's up, Fink?
Good.
Hey, Taz, how you doing?
Triple H is with us this week, Taz.
You got the champ there. What's up, Trips?
How you doing, man?
Good. How you been?
I'm good.
Hey, how are things in The Hook? You preparing for whatever may be of a hurricane?
Yeah, I know. My car just flipped over. The wind blew it, and my house is twimbling around here. It's windy. I don't know. My car didn't flip over. That was just a bad joke. It's just really windy here, so I don't know. I'm really not scared of rain, though.
You know what? I feel for you, Taz, because you're out there in the bad weather, and I'm sitting here with Howard, and he blows.
Well, that sucks.
Outstanding. Very good. I can't follow that one, Hunter.
Taz, let's just talk about this week's edition coming up of SmackDown, which will be seen tonight on many, many stations on the UPN network. It is going to be, I would suggest, nothing short of a sensational television show from start to finish, headlined all by the Iron Man match for the WWE Championship between champion Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. Give us your take.
It's going to be. This is a match to see. I mean, especially if you're a hardcore wrestling fan. I mean, even if you're not a wrestling fan, just you want to see two guys in their prime lock horns. This is something to see. I mean, Triple H, I know you, and I know how you feel about the business, and you're a student of the game. You'll love this.
Yeah.
This is off the hook, man. This is a great matchup. It's a must-see deal.
I can't wait to see it, you know, especially with two guys with Brock and Kurt that match up in so many ways, you know, with the amateur background and, you know, all that stuff. They just match up in so many ways, and they're both such great talents. And, you know, the unbelievable thing is that they've not been, either one of them has been in the business that long. And I know how brutal and grueling our matches can be, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I'll tell you, sitting there calling it, you know, obviously physically it's not as demanding as being in. The longest match I've ever done was 30 minutes. I've never done a 60-minute, but sitting there calling 60 minutes, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Try and sit and just talk for 1 hour straight and yell and then be entertaining and interested, and it's not easy, and it was tough, but I mean, obviously with Angle and Lesnar doing is a lot more physically demanding, and those guys busted their ass in there, and it's an unbelievable contest, unbelievable outcome. You know, we use that word a lot around here in the WWE, unbelievable, but this one fits unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's a match to see.
Unfortunately, it's a word that gets thrown away a lot, right? You know, it's
absolutely
the words like unbelievable and legends and best ever and things like that get thrown away a lot. But I think that this one will definitely deliver. And it's funny that you say how difficult it was for you. It's like so many of our fans don't understand that it's not just Kurt and Brock Lesnar putting on a product for them. It's a lot more effort from that, from cameraman to announcers to, you know, referee. You know, there's three guys in that ring. There's two guys calling it. It's all one big product, and it is, you know, an hour match like that. It's a strain on everybody, and it's a, you know, a testament to everybody that pulls that off.
You know, now I learned the hard way why we don't do these things a lot.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
There's a reason for it, but it really is. If I'm interrupting you, it's hard to hear you guys. So if you're still talking, Trips, I can't hear you that good. I hear you, but the connection's really crapping out here.
That's all right.
That's our crack technical staff here in Stamford.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're even on the phone.
Yeah, well, I have nothing else to do.
Well, no, it's just that Phil's running the equipment over there, and it seems like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
You know, he's brutal. Phil needs to, you know.
He's got a nickname, guys. You know, we call him Scoop. Scoop. Absolutely. Yeah. You should see.
So you got to be getting ready after this Sunday, huh, Hunter?
I'm getting ready for this Sunday. This is a match I've been waiting for a long time, and you know, it's finally a put up or shut up time for Goldberg, and I'm going to make sure that I'm ready to make it shut up and not put up.
Pick him up, Taz. Who do you think's going to win? Let's put you on the spot.
I've never been in the ring with Goldberg. I don't really know the guy that well. I've wrestled Triple H, and not just because Triple H is on the phone and I'm not blowing smoke up his ass, and Hunter knows me better than that. But I'm going straight up. I believe Hunter will retain the title. I just think, and this is no knock on Goldberg, and I hope a bunch of these internet fans don't start ripping me up for what I'm about to say, but I just don't think Goldberg is well versed as Hunter is in the ring. You know, I just think that's going to be if Goldberg relies just on strength and rage. You know, the guy sitting next to you, Howard, is called the Cerebral Assassin for a reason. You know, believe me, take it from me. I've been in there with the guy. So, and I had the home field advantage when I wrestled you, Triple H, on SmackDown a few years ago in Philadelphia, and it didn't help me. So, I think Goldberg's got a long Sunday evening ahead of him.
You know, Taz, the thing that I find funny what you just said is you hope that some internet fans don't tear you apart for it. And the thing is, everybody's got an opinion, but it doesn't change facts or facts, whether you like it or not, whether you're going to type your little name in there and bitch about it, whether you're going to complain, whether you're going to say I'm an asshole. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is facts are facts. Taz is stating a fact. That's his opinion, and that's a fact. And that's the way it is, you know.
I hear you.
Too many of these guys complain all the time that this is said and that's said, and you know what? You don't like it. That's too damn bad.
Well, so you know, hump the road. You know, 260, 270 days a year.
Damn right.
Get your body torn apart. Be away from your family, and once every month, fight with your wife or your girlfriend or your parents or whatever your situation is, because you're gone all the time, and then maybe you can have an opinion.
Yeah, you have the right. You have the right to have that opinion. You've paid your dues. You've earned all of it, and you have more than the right to have your opinion and have nobody knock it.
And I believe you, and I appreciate that. Thanks. And I believe you would say that to me, even if I went the other way and picked Goldberg.
Yeah.
You know, because I know you. You know,
it's not a matter of who you've picked. It's just a matter of what you've said, and it doesn't really even matter what you said. It's just that you have an opinion and you have that ability. You've paid your dues. You've done it all. You can have an opinion. You know what I mean? You've laced your boots up and you've kicked ass and you've done it all and you've paid all the dues to have that opinion. And people that haven't don't get one.
No, I'm with you, bro. I know what you're saying, and that means a hell of a lot coming from you, and right back at you with you. I mean,
thank you.
You know, Howard, you got to start lacing your boots up a little bit more. What's your deal, man?
Howard had a match, though. He fought
Whippleman.
Harvey Whippleman
Lillian.
one time.
I've had some of the greats in this game.
Yeah.
What about Chimmel? Didn't you fight Chimmel?
One time Chimmel, too. My record is flawless.
Jack Doan one time. He fought Jack Doan.
Oh,
it wasn't an
gosh.
official match, but Jack Doan German suplexed him on his head
Twice.
twice, and I almost urinated myself watching it.
That was a classic moment. I wound up with a banged up shoulder, but such is the business.
Yeah. Oh wow.
You know. Hey Taz, let me get an opinion on Unforgiven this week, because now certainly you along with Michael Cole have certainly become a real prominent broadcast team in our company. You guys do a flawless job. You guys really are very well prepared when you get into the commentating end of it. As you know, this Sunday, you're welcome. As you know, this Sunday at Unforgiven, we have a most unique matchup on the card, with the winners of the match becoming the announced team on Raw the following night. So let's pick another matchup. How about the coach teaming up with Al Snow, Jonathan Coachman and Al Snow, against good old JR, Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler?
Well, I got to go with the guys, you know, again, I might get blasted from another end. I got to go with the guys that are under 40. And, you know, but then again, Al Snow's pushing that. So, no, all kidding aside. I don't know. I just think, I don't think, I like the chances of Al Snow and Coach in that one. I mean, what is Coach? 1-0, right? He's like the only undefeated WWE superstar right now, right?
Yeah. Well, he is Athletic Al.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. You know,
that's right.
A lot of people don't know that, but when you have your own doll named Athletic Al,
yeah, you better be a pretty tough son of a bitch.
pretty tough.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Especially
No,
when
I
it's
don't know.
anatomically correct.
Now,
doll.
the stipulations are what? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. So the winner of this match gets Raw as the announced team?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that's some heavy
Yeah.
steps right there.
Yeah, I might run in just so JR and King can win this thing, because
Yeah, I think you might need to save the day.
yeah, if Coach and Al win, I can guarantee you I'll probably run in and just beat Coach senseless just so my matches aren't called by him for the next 6 months.
Oh, brutal.
Another line I can't follow.
Yeah.
Hey Taz, this Tuesday, SmackDown heads to your favorite city next to New York, and that's going to be at the FU Center, shall we say, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Whenever you get down to Philly, Taz, it's always a good feeling for you, and I know that.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, I mean, everybody thinks, for the longest time, people thought that I was from Philly because I wrestled there so many times, but no offense on Philly, I'm glad I'm not from there. But, no, it's always cool going back to Philly. Even though I'm not wrestling, it's cool to go back and get a pretty cool response. You know, people, a lot of the people remember, and, you know, that they were ECW fans. But, you know, I've been at ECW like 4 years now. You know, ECW's gone, and I really wish people would just look at me as a guy who's part of the WWE now, but I do appreciate the fans that remember that and were supportive of the territory we had back then. You know, we were like the rebel, you know, crazy guys, whatever you want to call what we were. And we were like the guys going against everybody else, and we were brainwashed to boot.
Yeah, you drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, oh yeah, I did. Bro, I had a humongous quart of it.
Yeah.
But I'm sobered up now. You know, having a family and a mortgage will do that to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, you sobered up and realized, damn it, those checks didn't cash.
Another line I can't follow.
Oh, God. Hey, Taz, we do appreciate it as always. I'm happy to have the chance, as always, to come on Byte This. And when you're on, I'm always happy to talk to you. And next week, if I'm here and you're here, what can we expect in Tales from the Hook?
Well, Tales from the Hook usually delivers the same thing, and that's basically the thrills and spills and absolutely nothing, more or less. I don't know why we even call Tales from the Hook. It's just me talking about stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever.
All right, Taz. Well, listen, everything goes well for you. We're going to look forward to hearing you and Cole call the Iron Man match. And real quickly, another match. There's Pick'em time tonight again on SmackDown. If I may, champ, we're talking SmackDown for a moment.
Go ahead, Howard, pick one.
The WWE Tag Team Championship. It's a tough test tonight for Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, a.k.a. the self-professed world's greatest tag team, as they meet the reuniting of Chavo and Eddie Guerrero.
But wait, I disagree with you, Howard. How could it be a tough test for Haas and Benjamin, being that Eddie Guerrero, I mean, he's definitely in ring shape and all that good stuff, but Chavo's been out for many months with a bicep injury, so there's a good chance Chavo might have a bunch of ring rust on him, and Chavo and Eddie haven't tagged for, like 5 months. And Haas and Benjamin, besides being the self-proclaimed world's greatest tag team and the tag team champs, these guys been, you know, up and down the roads day after day, and they're a cohesive, well-gelling unit. So, that being said, I think the favorites in this one would still be the champions to retain.
I got to go with Taz on that. You know, Chavo's been pounding burritos for the last few months, so he's going to come out looking like you, Howard.
There's absolutely everything wrong with that.
Well, no, wait a minute. He can't get that bad in that short of time.
Trips, do you enjoy tag team wrestling?
Huh?
Do you enjoy tag team wrestling?
Not the way you're thinking of it there, Fruity.
Taz, thanks for being with us. I've got to deal with the champ here, I guess.
Good luck, Fink. You're going to need it. Hey, Hunter, good luck on Sunday, bro.
Thanks, bro. We'll see you there.
See you, man. Bye.
Joy. Taz, Tales from the Hook every week. Fruity?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, do you enjoy tag team wrestling? Or
A great tag team match is really nothing like it. If it's done right, if there are guys in there that are just great tag team wrestlers, you know, some of my favorite matches in the past, you know, the Andersons and the you know, rock and rolls and things like that. I mean, you know, when it's done right, it's just great.
It's a tag team wrestling to me. You're right. If it's done properly, everything does come out fine in a match like that. I've enjoyed, you know, even when you were with DX, there were a couple of times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With
I enjoy being in them. I enjoy, you know, watching them. It's great.
That's cool.
But you know, again, I prefer to be a singles wrestler, but I enjoy tag team matches very much.
Well, that's great. We have some other questions here. We're waiting for some more phone calls, but let's stop right in our tracks because I know our next guest here this week on Byte This, Triple H.
It's good that you know that, Howard, since Phil just wrote it on the board.
Well, certainly. You think I'm going to... Why do you think I call him idiot cards? Okay?
All of a sudden, he's like Karnak or something like that. Oh, wait.
Howard, if you guys are talking to me, I can barely hear you, brother.
Well, let's speak up for you.
Braz, how are you?
Oh, there we go. You're
But
yelling.
you know,
it's coming in a little better. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Let me tell you what's going on here in Stamford. And this is what they're pawning off here. Scoop Spear, Vallow, Arno. They're all saying that there's a hurricane coming up the coast. And I know you live down in the Atlantic City area, and it hasn't even touched there yet. They're saying the hurricane is here, and that's why they're having phone problems.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you guys sound like you're a million miles away. Our power here has been going on and off right now in Jersey. I'm down near, you know, about 20 minutes outside Atlantic City, and about the last 20 minutes it's been clicking on and off right now.
Well, Draws, we're glad you're here, power or no power. And, of course, with us is Triple H, the World Heavyweight Champion. And I know you got a very interesting story to talk about Triple H in a match you had with him with a knee brace. Draws?
Howard, I'm sorry. I heard Phil Fun. I can barely hear you.
All right.
The phones are...
Howard was asking you about the match we had with my knee brace.
Draws, can you hear me now?
I can just barely, Howard.
All right. We'll try this one more time, and I'll just put the microphone up here.
Oh, wait, that's getting a little better.
All right, Draws, we wanted to ask you to reminisce a little bit about a story that we've heard about a match that you had with Triple H, and it involved a knee brace.
Oh, yeah, back in the day when he used to wear his knee braces. I remember that. I think we were in Toronto, I believe it was, and I'm trying to remember what the show was, but anyway, of course, I lost. Go figure. But anyway, I took the pedigree, and something wasn't right. And actually, Hunter afterwards actually asked me if I was okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then I looked down, I had blood pouring down my down my chest, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. And I kind of went in the back, and evidently his knee brace, the plastic part, it kind of slid through my cheek. And I went in the back, and I'm looking in the mirror, and for some unknown reason, I kind of spread my cheek apart, and I put my finger in the hole in my cheek, and then I'm looking at my finger sticking part in my cheek, and then I'm asking myself, why am I doing this? So I couldn't exactly figure it out, but yeah, I think it took like 24 stitches, but I still had a good time out there too, though, so that was okay. Part of the business.
So did I. It ended up better for me than you. I don't have a permanent scar from it, but...
Scars are part of it, man. They give character.
That's true.
Absolutely. One of the things that we like to do at Draws on Byte This on the eve of a Raw pay-per-view is Draws brings the crystal ball out. And maybe we can just have you become prognosticator for a little bit, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Maybe you can predict some matches if you so choose. Draws, you want to give us your take on some of the great matches coming at Unforgiven this Sunday?
Well, of course, since Hunter's there, you know, we have a career-ending match between he and Goldberg if Goldberg loses. So, you know, especially after what happened Monday night, I don't know. I figured you'd be at home resting right now, getting ready for the match. But, you know, I guess you're doing a little talking today, and I guess you're confident enough to be ready to go out there Sunday and put a whooping on him. I don't know. I will have to wish you the best, but you know, I honestly have to pick Goldberg on top, considering his career is, you know, could be ended if you win this match. Nothing personal.
Well,
it's never taken personal, Draws, but you know, I just hope you're not planning on Goldberg winning this, because if you're putting money down on it, you're going to be sadly, you know.
He's right near Atlantic City.
Yeah, you're going to be sad on Monday. That's the only thing.
All right. Let's throw another match out for you, and let's ask Hunter also. And this has every inkling of being a very aggressive and brutal contest, and that's the last man standing match between Shane McMahon and Kane. Draws?
Yeah. You know what? Shane, when I talked to him a couple months ago, and when that happened with Linda with the pile driver, things like that, he goes out there every time, and you get the holy S chance going with him. Last man standing. I'd love to see Shane come out on top here, but you know, in the end, we're definitely going to see things from Shane. Every time he goes out there, you never know what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. But I just can't see Kane not being the last man standing in this one.
All right, Triple H.
I think that Shane is exactly what you said. He's a holy ass guy. That's what he does. But to beat Kane that way, he's going to have to hit him with a lot of those. And the things with high risk moves they're high risk. You can only roll the dice so many times before you crap out. You know what I mean?
That's very true.
And I think that it's going to come down to high risk after high risk after high risk after high risk. And when he craps out, that's it.
You had your differences with Kane in the past, and now things have changed.
I've had my difference with both of them.
Absolutely, with Shane also.
Yes.
Let me just isolate on Kane for 1 second. Since the mask was removed in the stipulation match that he had, you think the monster's been let out of the cage per se?
It certainly seems that way. I've known Kane in this industry for a long time, and I've never seen him on this kind of a tear before, and it's the first time I've seen him without his mask on. So I mean, it's almost like that has released a side of Kane that you've never seen before, literally. And boy, he's on a hell of a tear, and I think it's going to be really hard for Shane McMahon to be the guy to stop him.
Should be interesting. Of course, Droz, earlier on the program this week we had the legend killer Randy Orton, Evolution member, and this Sunday at Unforgiven he goes one-on-one with the legend Shawn Michaels. What's your take on that?
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing a great match there. You know, of course, he's part of Evolution, and Hunter's been, you know, training him. Him and Rick have been training this kid right. I mean, he is a superstar, and we'll see about Legend Killer though with Shawn. That's going to be that's a tough legend to kill out there. I just want to go back a little bit to Monday night and poor Moolah.
I know it. It's terrible being that old. It is. Poor Moolah. I mean, geez. Have you seen her up close?
I've seen her up close. Last time I was at a show, I saw her. Yeah, poor Moolah. But that was. I felt the pain all the way through the TV on that one.
It's like an elephant's ass with an ear hanging over it, or something like that. I don't know.
I'm sure May would have loved to have been involved too if she could have. What about the triple threat match, Droz, for the Intercontinental Championship this Sunday, with the champion Christian taking on or defending the title or putting the title up against Rob Van Dam and Chris Jericho?
Well, I'd love to see Van Dam come on top with this one. With all, you know, of course, Monday night we saw with Christians whining and complaining. I think we've been dealing with that for a long time. I'm not on a pay-per-view. Well, now he's getting his chance, and, you know, what was supposed to be somewhat of his supposed friend, Jericho, you know, got to see exactly, I think, what he's all about. And, of course, everybody wants to keep their title. But hopefully Van Dam, I think, will be able to pull this one out, and we don't have to listen to Christians whining anymore, at least for a while anyway.
Triple H?
I'm going to go with Jericho. And the reason I say that is I think he's got the most experience of the group. He's been a former world champion. You know, he's a guy that can pull the trigger. I've seen him do it, you know, and I think that the rest of them, I'm not taking anything away from Christian. He's been an Intercontinental Champion for a while. Rob Van Dam's been an Intercontinental Champion for a while. Both great competitors, but I'm going to give to the edge to the guy with the experience, and that's Jericho.
Okay. The tag team table match, the six-man tag team table match with La Resistance and Rob Conway against Bubba Ray Devon and Spike Dudley, Droz.
Well, I'm just glad, hopefully Spike's going to be able to get out there. After the past 2 weeks of what he's been through, you know, Spike is one little tough SOB.
He's the toughest man alive.
Time and time again, but, you know, of course, 2 weeks ago when he went back of his head first into that table, and then last week with the table smashing. But I think the Dudleys definitely have something to prove here. I mean, you know, it's 3-on-3, and I have a feeling the Dudleys are going to definitely put a hurting on La Resistance and Rob there. It's payback time, and they got to get it back for their brother. And I'm hoping Spike is a big part of it. I really do. I'd like to see him get back and get some payback for what's happened to him.
Triple H?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
toss-up.
That's a toss-up. I mean, it's a tough spot for the Duds, you know. I mean, I got to give props to Spike. He's the toughest man alive, though. Mm-hmm. I got to give him that. And if he gets out there, that'll change it. But if it's a handicap match, I don't think the Duds got a lot of chance.
From there, we go with the match between Test and Scott Steiner, with the stipulations in that contest, Droz, that if Test is defeated and loses, Stacy Keibler's services go back to Scott Steiner. However, if Test emerges victorious, he retains Stacy's services and gains Scott Steiner's services.
Now that, to me, although I'd like to see Steiner win, this is definitely one where I'd like to see Test win, because I'd like to know exactly what services he's winning from Scott Steiner.
Yeah,
that could definitely be an interesting twist there.
I'm not sure about that either. I'm not sure the type of service that Steiner can give you. I mean, he's the big bad booty daddy, right?
Right, and that in itself is scary.
Yeah, I'm just not sure that that's the kind of service Test thinks he's going to get. Now, Howard over here might love that kind of service. I'm not really sure. But I think Howard is actually rooting for Tess to win just so he can watch the service happen.
You know what? I believe that.
Moving on. Speaking, we have a Divas match this Sunday, and we have Gail Kim and the women's champion Molly Holly taking on Trish Stratus, and the diva who returned to action this past Monday night literally exploded onto the scene, Lita.
Boing. What?
Draws?
Well, you know what? I couldn't have been happier to see Lita back in the ring. I mean, you know, she's been out for such a long time, and to see her come out like she did, you know, saving Trish and getting back, you know, right back in the swing of things. And it, you know, like it was just great to see her out there. And I have to root for Trish and Lita. I mean, and I'm hoping to see, you know, and I'm sure we will see big things, you know, right again from Lita. You know, I think she stepped right back in that ring, and she's doing the things that she did before. And you know, I wish her the best, and you know, I'm just looking for great things from her on Sunday.
Triple H, do you think, you know, from your position as World Heavyweight Champion, do you think that the Divas division is a division of good competition with the talent that we have in the?
Oh, I definitely do. I think that when you look at the women that we have, I mean, just look at where women's wrestling has gone in the past. You know, if you go 10 years, there was none. It was non-existent. And to see what the girls are out there doing now. You know, women like Lita that have revolutionized that side of it. Trish Stratus, who's taken it to another level. You get Gail Kim now. Just all these different women, and then you have women like Molly Holly that are just, you know, technically sound. And I mean, it's a great division. I wish there was more of them. You know, the unfortunate thing with the women is they get caught in the rut of kind of only having a small group of each other to work with and to wrestle with and to challenge each other. But you know, my hat's off to them because I think they really work hard and they, you know, they put it all out there, and I got to give them respect for that. I just wish there were more of them.
Without a doubt. Last match on the card, we know what Triple H said earlier. Draws, what's your take on the winning team become the announcers on Raw? The Coach and Al Snow against Jerry the King Lawler and good old JR Jim Ross.
Oh boy, that could be the interesting match of the night, I guess. You know, seeing the announcers out there, I mean, we have, you know, basically two guys that are wrestlers and two guys that aren't, and I'm actually interested to see good old JR out there and seeing what he can do. Of course, I have to root for JR and King. I mean, they've been the voice of Raw for so long, and you know, it's just, I think also with King, with his experience, and you know, he knows that basically better than anyone else how to win a match by any means necessary, and I have a feeling he's going to give JR a couple tips there to, you know, to figure out how they can win it by any means, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see those guys out there in the ring, but I got to root for JR and King.
You know, I'm going to go back to what I said before, and I got to root for JR and King just based completely on Coach sucking. But beyond that, you know, if King and JR do win, I just hope that JR can catch his breath by Raw so that he can continue to announce, because it really only is. There's probably a 10-hour period. Maybe no, it's going to be a 12-hour period probably between the two shows, maybe 24 hours even. I've seen the kind of shape JR's in. It's going to be down to the wire whether or not he can breathe by the time Raw hits the air.
Boy. Well, with that in mind, Draws, certainly Unforgiven is going to be an event worth going to be in Hershey if there are still a few tickets available at the Giant Center this Sunday. And, of course, you good folks can order Unforgiven this Sunday on pay-per-view via your cable company. And I believe, Phil, WWE.com can give you information as well. Draws, what do you have in your column coming up this week on WWE.com?
Well, of course, you know, every pay-per-view I got to, you know, put my 2 cents in there with the picks, and that's pretty much what I stick with, you know, right before a pay-per-view. So I'll go down. I might even make some changes. I'm not really sure, you know, what I just said, but
okay.
Pretty sure I'm going to stick with my guns there.
Are we going to see you in Philly on Tuesday, Draws?
Yeah, I'll be in Philly on Tuesday to check everybody out.
Great.
I was wishing I haven't seen the Raw crew in a long time, but you know, I'll get around to check those guys out soon enough.
No question, Draws.
Hopefully it's soon.
Without question. Hopefully it's soon. Droz, as always, we really appreciate your contribution to Byte This each and every week. And your 2 cents worth is a must-read on WWE.com. And I'm sure next week you're going to have either you're going to be eating crow or you're going to be gloating over your picks.
Hunter, man, you best of luck out there, and you stay safe, brother.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that, Droz.
All
I'll
right,
see you soon, buddy.
All right. Droz joining us. Let me ask our illustrious producer, Scoop Spear, do we have any phone calls today? We are having, so we should apologize to our listeners?
Try the big buttons. When you pick up the thing, there's big numbers on there. Push some of those, see how it works.
Can't seem to hear.
Idiot.
Well, we do have tons of email.
Let me ask you this. How can the phones not work, but the other guests can call in?
Speak up.
So like the phones work for the guys that work here only? Is that how it works? Oh, I see.
We have time for a few more questions, some emails in, if you're gracious enough to stay a few more minutes with us.
Oh, that's what I live for, Howard.
All right. Talk a little bit about music and wrestling, okay? Talk a little bit about your association with Motorhead and the group Motorhead. Of course, The Game was certainly a composition that they wrote. Evolution, or Evolution, if you will, is another composition that Motorhead has recorded. Do you enjoy the music in our business? Do you like some of the songs? And tell us about your association, in particular, with Motorhead.
Sure. I think music is a huge aspect of our business. I think, you can look at your life, Howard, and you can go back to certain times in your life when you hear a song, it just takes you to that moment. The certain time, you were hearing that song, certain song comes on the radio, it's the first time you kissed a guy, something like that, where it brings you right back to that moment. And, it's the kind of thing that it always just, music is emotional grab for you. And it's no different in our business when a certain guy's music hits, whether it's, Goldberg's music or Austin's music or whoever. When that music hits, it's an emotional rush for you. It takes you to that moment. The music that we play in the background of our packages and our promotional stuff, it all, brings a certain emotion. So I think it's huge. And I was thrilled in the beginning with just the prospect of being able to be involved with Motorhead, because I was a huge fan of theirs for years, and over this course when it was suggested and we've done the songs, Lemmy has become a good friend of mine, the lead singer of Motorhead. Phil Campbell from Motorhead has become a friend of mine. Mickey D has become a friend of mine, the drummer, and they're all just great guys, and it's really just been a great thing for me.
Which brings
Did you turn that off because you saw the one that said
go right ahead.
Triple H slap Howard across the back of his head?
This is what I enjoy about this guy. He never misses a beat. Which brings me to another. He knows me well. There you go. Go ahead. You can do it. Which brings me to an email from Crystal of East Hampton, Connecticut, right up the road from us. What's going on through your mind when you hear your music start to play as you're waiting to go out there into the squared circle?
Well, there's a moment, and I think it's different every time, certainly, but there's a moment when you're standing at the top of, at the top of that ramp, and you're behind the curtain, and your music is about to hit, whether your opponent's already gone to the ring first or whether you're going to the ring first, and you're standing there waiting, and your music, the first chord of your music hits. That's kind of like, it's you ever see the Sylvester Stallone movie, the arm wrestling movie, where when he turned his hat around, it was on, you know what I mean? Well, that's kind of the thing. When that music hits, boom, it's on. You become what you are in that ring. When that music hits, I become Triple H. I become The Game, and it's on. And I mean that from an entertainment standpoint. That's the switch that takes you from being just a regular guy to being that machine or whatever it is that you see on TV. And I'm sure it's that way for a lot of guys. I'm sure, when Austin's, when the glass breaks, that it's on for him, you know what I mean? And that's the way it is. We all take a lot of pride in what we do, and I think that that's the switch for most guys.
No doubt about it. Music and wrestling, when I started with this great company, there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. And then in the early 80s, started to come in, and
even Howard Finkel now has entrance music.
And that's called what?
Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the Jungle.
Yes.
You use it at every show, right?
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
And, you know, that's your switch, right? I've seen you stand there numerous times. I'm not messing around, Howard. You're looking at me waiting for the shoe to drop here like I'm going to hit you with a joke or something. But I'm serious.
I know you are.
I've seen you stand in the hallway waiting for that curtain to open up so you can go out and start the show off. And it's an important job that you do to go out there and, you know, get those people up into high gear. And, you know, when that music hits, you get just as hyped up as we all do. And that's a testament to you because you're a true professional at what you do. And you go out there and you light those people up. But I know that music is part of what you do. When that music hits, that's your jump, man.
There's nothing like it. It's a rush. I mean, I'm out there. And I appreciate your compliment because I still believe after all these years that nobody does it better than me in the ring from an announcing standpoint. It's a very important part of the whole presentation. And you know, I think without music in this industry, it would be so vanilla.
This guy wants me to slap you again.
Oh, jeez.
There's a lot of slap, Howard. No, go ahead, slap him. Yeah, please smack
pedigree,
him.
Howard.
Yeah, the pedigree, but yeah, that's a bit much. But
and well, we don't want to go into that, but that's all right. Nevertheless, we're not going to get any phone calls today, huh, Phil? All right. Well, I do believe we should start.
The technology of life, right? We can send video over the internet. You can watch us live. You can talk to all that stuff, but we can't get the damn phones to work.
What an insult to the champion.
Yeah. Well, you know.
What an insult to the champion
who
takes time out of his busy schedule to join us. This is a rare day, not only to have Triple H here, but to take him away from what he was doing today. And yet we don't have the phones today.
And the only response you get is that sheepish little look he's got in his face.
Matter of fact, he promised you catering. Did you see catering in the studio today?
A week-old sandwich over there with some.
I got to show them this, if I may.
Go ahead and get it, Howard.
All right.
That was pretty good. Howard just ripped his ear off his head.
All right. Well, I don't know if you can hear me, but this is what they brought in today for catering. Let me just get my microphone back up here. This is what they brought in for catering today. Do you see this sandwich?
I think it's Spam. It's a Spam sandwich.
It's a Spam sandwich, and they expect you to eat the toothpick that's in it also. So this is the sandwich that they brought in today. Phil, you're the best, though, regardless. We love you.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's not a toothpick, Howard. It's Zach Gowen's spare leg. Oh, can you really say that? Oh, my God. It's a good thing this is the internet.
But that's what we have here. We have catering galore today. Triple H, I do want to take this opportunity, unless you want to take some more questions from no callers. I mean, that, you know.
No.
I want to take this opportunity. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Appreciate it.
All kidding aside, this is one of the dear friends that I have in this business. He is truly the best at what he does. Make no mistake about it. And when they write a history book about WWE and the champions, this guy arguably is going to go down as the greatest champion we've ever had. And that's not butter and bread. That's coming from the heart, Triple H.
Thank you, Howard.
And I hope the opportunity presents itself again where you'll take some time and come to this show and be on Byte This and take some phone calls and take some emails. And we'll do it live.
If the phones work.
I agree. Who are our guests? Whoa, don't count me down yet, Scoop. Hold on. Who's our guest for next week? Because I don't look at copy now.
JR live in the studio.
Oh, live in the studio next week? It'll be good old JR, Jim Ross.
He should have caught his breath by Thursday, so it should be okay. Yeah.
And the co-commissioner of the WWE, the co-general manager.
Stone Cold on the phone.
By the way, do you like the way the... Are you pleased with the way Mr. Bischoff and Mr. Austin have tried to coexist? Do you like that schematic?
First up, the whole Mr. Bischoff thing, that's heat. I'll give you saying Mr. Austin, but Mr. Bischoff is heat.
Okay. What about Eric Bischoff and Mr. Austin as co-general managers?
I think it works out pretty good. I enjoy it every now and then. Like Eric's all right, but you know, I enjoy Austin dropping him on his head every now and then. It's fairly entertaining.
There you go. All right, Triple H this Sunday at Unforgiven. Bill Goldberg, the opponent.
3.
We'll see
wait a
you
minute,
next...
Phil, don't cut us off
Don't cut us off yet.
One thing I want to say.
One more thing.
It's just like screwing Phil up. He's horrible at his job. He gets so wound up. He's over there. 5, 4.
Poor guy. The poor guy's trying to do a good job.
Just do it. Just do it. Look at 5, 4.
We'll see you next week on Byte This. Triple H Goldberg this Sunday at Unforgiven.